When we mentioned this, when I talked to Kiwanis on Monday, somebody brought up a good point about whether or not, like, if they would be registered for this program or if it's just kind of a drop-in thing, and whether or not you're concerned about who they're going home with, or making sure that they have rides and that they're safe rides and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're not going to get the kids from Lakeview because they don't have rides home. They don't have a bus. So I mean, you're just going to get sad kids. Period.
Yeah.
Unless their parents going to drive clear up here to get them.
If somebody's working, they might. You never know.
Well, yeah, if they work here or something, you might. But I'm just saying, but we're not going to provide transportation.
No.
No, but just
to make sure that there's a split family, that the child goes probably with the right parent, or
how involved do you get in that? That was a point that was made.
Well, is it our liability?
Well, you know what? For the kids that come, if they are having a parent pick them up, they could give special instructions to somebody to say, that this is the only way they go home or whatever, and the parent has to come in the building then and get them.
Yeah, but what if some of the kids decide I'll just walk them?
Why do we be responsible?
Well, see, that's my point. Is that
What do you think as a parent?
We'll worry about all that and we won't even do it.
well, no.
That's the way I'm thinking too. How do you feel as a parent about it?
I would trust my kids. We communicate enough that I think if I said you go to the rec center right after school, I will pick you up at whatever time it's done, that kind of thing. But every circumstance is different. Could you have the parents, well, we're going to have to call here to sign them up, aren't they? We're going to have them sign up, or they, that's a good point.
No, they won't come every time, though. I mean, there's other things going on, so I mean, it's not like they're going to be here every time we do it.
Could we have the parent has to come at least one time, and when they come that one time, have them just sign a piece of paper saying...
They won't be able to come because 3:30 most parents are working.
Yeah, they won't be able to come, and then you got the same thing we have with the skating thing, they come and you go, here, I want to skate.
Well,
then... didn't sign it.
Well, then you said send a letter home with the parents. So at school, send a letter home with the parents.
We did that with the skating.
On there.
I never came after those either.
Right.
Believe me, I worked it every Saturday night. Well, you got to get somebody to sign it. Well, all right, here, go around the corner, bring it in. I don't care. You see it. But I mean, it's just too hard. They won't get it done. I know.
And what do you think?
What do you think?
Depends on the parents. I know, that's...
Yeah.
Half of them didn't do it, though. I bet more than that, 70%. There was probably 30% that had the signatures from the parents.
I think that's a valid point that they brought up. I mean...
Well,
How did they do the sports things at school? Not all of them ride the bus. Not every kid that was out for basketball or whatever. Some of those kids walk home from.
Right. Yeah, they can.
So,
right.
do they have a permission slip that says I have permission to walk home? Is that the same or is that different?
It's still a free country. I mean, they can walk home. The parents typically, if it's the middle of January, they may decide we'll come get you at whatever time it gets over.
I think we need to have a parental slip that gives the kid permission to take part in this.
I don't see anything wrong with that. All it is it just validates what we're trying to do, and in essence, it's kind of an indirect authorization or indirect approval of saying, yeah.
Well, then at least we know that the parent knows that the kids are going to be here.
Well, that's it.
Even if he's not here every time.
Yeah. What if I'm supposed to be at Mary Jo's, the babysitter, but I decide to go with Johnny and Ricky over to the rec center because it sounds like that'll be more fun, and Mom doesn't know that he's not at the babysitter. I can anticipate that happening. You see what I'm saying? One guy who's not, the parents don't know that he's supposed to be here. But again, that's not our fault. But if he walks in, but much like with Mike said, he
Well,
walks
yeah,
in,
normal
and we don't
thing,
have a parent that,
The family's a member, what are you gonna do?
well, no, that I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, so I mean.
I'm talking about the one who's not a member.
Well, but then we're back to square one, you know, you gotta make everybody sign it, or just the ones that are not members?
No, I think everybody
Everybody,
signs.
member or non-member.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Minors that come and use the facility on a walk-in basis and pay their $5, do you make sure they have a ride or anything?
No.
So that,
And that's very
Yeah.
valid. What do you honestly think? I mean, we're struggling with this and trying to
I think
offer
it's gonna be a
service.
hassle getting parents to sign it personally, because like you said. once
what are
you
your
start-
thoughts on it, Kurt? I mean,
It's just
As
just
a
a walk-in
parent.
customer at that point.
yeah,
That's what I think too.
So,
Walk-in customer.
same thing if they're coming from the school over here to that
Whether they're coming to
program.
play Wii or coming to play
Yeah.
dodgeball.
No, let's just do it that way.
So maybe we're reading too much into it then.
We're trying to offer a service. We're
Yeah.
trying to be of help. Because there's a lot of, I think, the teachers tell me there's a lot of kids that can't go home by themselves until they get
That
from
probably
work.
is.
I would think that if there were, and I believe that this has to be pretty structured and that we can't have idle time where they have time to run through the building. We have to have things offered and we have to keep them on task. So,
Okay, so,
Well, are we going to make a motion to approve this, since a lot of it is going to have, the way it looks, it's going to get started before the next meeting?
I'm going to make a motion to move forward on
What are you,
it.